And joining me this morning is an Imam from Southgate Mosque, who I imagine is getting ready for prayers. Imam Ahmal Masroor, very good morning to you, Imam.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well. Eid Mubarak to you.
Eid Mubarak to you and your listeners. It is a glorious morning, though cold, fresh, but sun is out, and it's very wonderful that it's not raining, nor is it windy like last night. So we're very happy. We've done 30 days of fasting, and today is the day of celebration and lots of good food.
It is indeed. So just for our listeners who aren't familiar with Eid, give us a little description of what this day means.
So Eid al-Fitr is known as the Eid after the month of fasting of 30 days, followed by, the Ramadan fasting that we do. And that finished yesterday. So Muslims celebrate the achievement of the 30 days of fasting, the self-discipline, the God consciousness, and the good habits that they've acquired, the good habits of eating the right food at the right time, looking after yourself and your neighbors, and all of the good things that we've learned. So we celebrate the achievement by coming together, praying first thing in the morning. And before you even stand for prayers, you must give in charity per person an amount of money. So, for example, I gave £10 per person for my family, and I'm encouraging everybody in my mosque to do the same thing. And then we stand for prayers, we share lots of food, we visit, and we see each other, exchange gifts. And in our mosque, we'll probably have over 1,500 people twice this morning.
I think that's such a beautiful point just to touch on, because I think lots of people don't know this about Eid, because yes, it is this huge celebration. There's loads of food, there's presents, there's joy, there's all of that. But I think the point there is really important that underpins so much of this day is everyone is required to give to charity. And that's such a pillar of the faith and of this day. And that, when there is lots of giving that happens on Eid, because everyone gives presents to one another, which is lovely, but everyone is required to give for themselves and for every member of their family that they look after. And that really doesn't have to be a set amount. It can depend on your income, can't it? But it's just the point of giving to others.
Actually, it is a set amount. It's an amount of money that's needed for one person to be able to survive a day. Because look, a lot of people who are unfortunate in life may have had misfortunes or are out of job or other issues. They need to feel that they are also socially, spiritually, as well as in a joyous occasion like this, meeting and celebrating. You don't want people who are locking themselves up because they don't have any money, they're not coming out of their homes. So we have to pay to create that social equality, to eradicate poverty. And it's a really powerful thing. Your prayer is not valid unless you're able to pay, even babies. So parents must pay an amount of money. Minimum is 750, because we believe 750 is how much it is needed for a person to have a good day's meal.
Yes.
Now, on top of that, we also look after our families. We wake up early in the morning, we eat before we come to the prayers, because we have not been eating for the last 30 days early in the morning. We eat now, just to make a distinction. And when we come to the mosque or go to our relatives and friends' houses, it's all about greeting, meeting, exchanging gifts, and actually sharing the good food that we've missed for the entire 30 days of Ramadan.
And tell me, what does Eid morning look like in your household?
Well, it's a bit chaotic, actually. I wake up very early. I wake up at 5. I have to come to the mosque for the early morning prayer as an imam, and I pray and go back. And there's a long queue outside the shower. So everyone wants to have a shower first thing in the morning.
Yes.
So that takes a bit of time. And then somebody's making breakfast. And my son said to me this morning, "Oh, it smells like Eid." I said, "That's exactly what we're trying to create." And then we try and get dressed as soon as possible. And then I jumped on my bike because everyone was late. And I came to the mosque on my bike, and the family followed in their car. Everybody's here, especially those who are serving the community as volunteers. So we have the first prayer taking place at 8 o'clock in Southgate Mosque, and second prayer taking place at 9:30 in the morning. So two groups of people, two sets of huge congregations, and we need volunteers. And you won't believe these kind of operations are purely run by volunteers, and that is the strength of our community. We've acquired this site very recently. It's a historic site, and I got to tell you, I'm standing in front of a colonial building. It's called Southgate House. This used to be the home of Baron Lawrence. He was the Viceroy of India between the years of 1864 and 1869. This was his house, and this was his land, and we bought it as a mosque. And this looks grand. It's a beautiful colonial blue door and 2 pillars. It's beautiful. I'm standing in front of it while I'm talking to you, and I'm feeling great. I'm feeling happy, elated, and I'm feeling over the world at the moment.
That sounds amazing. And how many people are you expecting, just average, how many people are you expecting to come through Southgate Mosque's doors this morning?
So about 1,500 first congregation, probably over 2,000 for the second congregation. If we opened up the mosque for 5 congregations, we would probably get 1,000 for each of them. So in every mosque, there are a huge number of people coming. And we have got an interesting walkway. As you enter the mosque, there is a little walkway that we've created from the leftover tree branches, etc. It's called the Highway to Heaven. It's full of mulch that we have got from the shredded tree branches. It looks beautiful, and it's surrounded on both sides by olive trees and then oak trees. You know, it's a really beautiful site. So people will come to enjoy the site, enjoy the people, enjoy the prayer, enjoy the food, and enjoy the community festivities that is going on for the whole day today.
Right. And I was going to ask you, Ahmad, what does the rest of your day look like? You'll be there with the community, and there's so much that people do for the kids as well.
Of course, we have lots of goodies being given out to the kids, especially sweets, chocolate, biscuits, things that they have been not eating because kids don't necessarily fast. But it's just that gift that makes them feel so much special, and they remember this. I'll be here I came here at 5, went home, and I'm back now. I'll be here till about 12 o'clock. Then my mother and my rest of my siblings are going to come to our house for lunch, where we'll all eat and have a good giggle and exchange gifts. And then in the afternoon, we may go out, we may go for a long walk, or I may go and see my uncle. It's all about family.
Yes.
It's all about connecting with people. And, you know, it's so amazing to be... I'm so grateful to have a family. I'm so grateful that I have this opportunity. While I'm celebrating, there are people in the world who are unfortunately less fortunate, and that they're either suffering or all sorts of things are happening. My heart goes out to them as well. I shouldn't forget their plight. I should be always remembering them in my prayers, as well as through my charity. And you know, from this mosque, we've already given out more than £10,000 to the people who are suffering in Yemen. We've given out money to Bangladesh, to people of Gaza, to people of many parts of the world, because we believe they should all celebrate with us.
Yes, it really is quite a pertinent time for the Muslim community at the minute, really spending this day celebrating, yes, but also remembering those who are currently in difficulties. And you mentioned there, Ahmad, that you're going to be having a big meal with your family later on. What does that look like for you? Because when I say to people they're having Christmas dinner, there's set food. Everyone knows what it is, but not many people are familiar with what's on the Eid menu.
Well, it depends on which cultural background you come from. My family is very mixed. So my wife is Hungarian. So
Right.
she'll be cooking some Hungarian food.
Okay.
My mother is Bangladeshi. So she's going to be bringing some chicken korma, which is a typical Bangladeshi style food that they eat during Eid day. And most importantly, I think my sister, who is going to be bringing some dessert. And we'll have Turkish food. We'll have Algerian food. We'll have Palestinian food. Our table will have a spread. And that spread is what actually demonstrates the Muslim community's diversity, even in the heart of London. Every nationality is represented. And I can see right now a group of people walking into the mosque. And if I describe what they look like Turkish communities coming together, a large number walking into the mosque, followed by another group of people who are from Algeria, another group of people who are from Somalia, and 3 different nationalities walking into the mosque right now. And you know, this is the beauty of our space. Everyone is welcome, and we all celebrate together in the same way, share the same occasion of Eid, and that happens globally, not just locally.
That sounds amazing. It sounds like your house is the place to be for Eid lunch as well. It sounds delicious.
You can come over, just bring a dish from your own ethnicity.
Perfect.
And we'll share it with everybody else. And if you happen to, and for the Londoners, if they're listening, if you happen to know a neighbor who is looking pretty dressed up, pretty dolled up maybe, and you see them walking around, don't frown and don't get surprised. They're celebrating Eid. All you have to say to them is, Eid Mubarak or Happy Eid.
Yes, and if it's your neighbour, take some chocolates over, get involved in the celebration. This is not a day just for Muslims.
Indeed.
You can always get involved and come together. Imam Ahmad Masroor, thank you so much for joining us this morning and for taking time on what is a very busy morning of celebration for you. Eid Mubarak to you and yours.
Eid Mubarak to you all, and have a fantastic day with your families and friends, wherever you are.
Thank you so much. That is the kind of positive injection we need every single morning.